Before we get started in this video and before we do all the intro stuff, I just want to let you know that I'm a big, massive space fan. I love space games. In fact, some of the space games that I absolutely love are games like Star Citizen, Mass Effect, Pulsar Lost Colony, Space Engineers, FTL, and I am so looking forward to Starfield. In fact, this game has passed me by quite a lot, so I've never actually got into this game properly. This is No Man's Sky, and I'd like to say that unlike a lot of these other games, this is very planetary exploration. Anyway, welcome to Unleashed. This is a series where we give you what you'll experience within the first 2 hours of playing a video game. This game is No Man's Sky. And yes, like I said, this is a planetary exploration game. You can fly in this game, you can go to outer space, and it is fun to do. But I find myself a lot of the time within that first 2 hours being on planets the majority of the time. Whether this changes as the game progresses, I have no idea, but from my experience, I find myself a lot on planets. Now, within this video, I've brought Danny along with me. He's previously played this game, so he's going to be showing me a lot of the ropes. So if you see him around, you will know that as Danny from the Jumpcast podcast we do at the end of the month. And no, that's not his ship. That is my ship. Danny's ship is over there. Let's begin the video. Let's begin with mining. Mining is going to be one of the main things you'll be doing on this game as you get started. You're going to need to know a lot about it, so I'm going to kind of give you a breakdown. There are 5 main different resources that you can collect on planets. There will be other things as well, but these will be the 5 main things. So you've got dehydrogen, oxygen, carbon, sodium, and ferrite dust. One of the easiest ways to find material is to scan for it. Use your scanner and you'll be able to see things pop up, and you'll be able to see where all the items that you need to collect are. Sometimes they won't be in your area, so you might need to travel out a bit further and scan again to see where other items are. Ferrite dust was quite easy to collect. That was just generally from rocks, and for carbon I just had to mine some trees. Trees were one of the best sources for carbon in this game, which come in handy when you're trying to build a base to be protected from the storms, as the storms hit in this game and you need to be protected by them, so having a nice little base does help out. We'll move on to the base next, and simply by placing down this machine right here allows us to set up a base. You will gain this part of your tutorial, so make sure you follow along, and eventually you'll be able to set one of these things up. Claim the location and you get to build here. You get to build here, which is nice, because now it's yours and you own it. And you can then start to begin going through your crafting menu and choosing what you want to build and where you want to build it. The crafting option is this section here, and you can select what you want to build, and then, like I said before, you can build it. There was a point in this game where there was a storm hitting, and I was able to actually get inside my house to be protected from the storm, which was very nice, and I felt quite happy that I had this little house to call my own. It wasn't that special, but it was a good starting location. It protected me from the harsh weather conditions. While we're talking about weather conditions, we might as well move on to talking about health as well. Your health is located in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. The top one is your shield and the bottom one is your health. If you want to increase any of these throughout the game, either find shelter to recharge your shield or find sodium to recharge your shield. And if you want to increase your health, you want to find oxygen and use that oxygen and place it on your health meter. Doing both of these will increase both health and shield, and you will be all set to go when exploring planets, but keep in mind certain planets may deteriorate in either your oxygen or your shield. Next, we'll talk about these giant creatures on the planet. Yes, this game has loads of different planets. That means there's loads of different species on loads of different planets. On this particular planet, I bumped into a lot of these big bug creatures. I thought they were dangerous, but they were literally just around the planet doing their day-to-day lives of being bug creatures, giant bug creatures. So I didn't really have to deal with them, but they were there, and they were there just being there in the background and making this game more immersive. And it's just really cool to see that when you're traveling and you're doing different things on the planet, different planets have different creatures on, which is really cool and exciting. One of the questions that I asked Danny was, can you ride creatures? And he even confirmed this by riding a creature and confirming a yes. Though not all creatures were mountable, so I couldn't ride these big bug creatures, or not as far as I'm aware of. Now, we'll move on to flying next. So, flying was quite fun in this game. There is 3 modes in flying. There's normal mode, and then there's hyperspeed mode, and that's what I'm doing currently right now. After that, you've got warp speed, which is really, really fast. This is how you're going to get across to very long distances in this game, and it is incredibly quite fast. In fact, this planet is 44 minutes away on hyperspeed, so warp speed is very, very fast in this game, and that's how you're going to travel very long distances. And yes, if you're wondering, there are space stations on this planet as well. If you want to land at a space station, go through these blue little lights coming out from them, go right on in and land right here on one of these landing ports. They will do this for you, so you don't need to be an expert lander. You can get out now and you can actually explore this space station. It's not massive, it's not incredibly explorable, but there are some stuff here that you can actually see. So for example, this character appearance modifier lets you modify what you want your character to look like. You've also got on the edges here, you've got loads of different stalls that you can buy and sell stuff from, and you've even got this little bar over here that you get to go in and talk to some people at. Overall, this game is quite fun. It's quite fun playing by yourself, and it's even better fun playing it with a friend. So I do recommend playing this game with somebody else. But if you do want to play it by yourself, you are still going to have tons of fun with this game. But just don't expect that this game is going to be anything like games like Star Citizen, as it's not the same thing. This is a very planetary crafting exploration game, which is lovely and beautiful in its own right. Anyway, what do you think of the game? I think it's fantastic. What about you? All the prices for this game are on the side, so you can go check it out for yourself. Links for this game are down in the description below if you want to check this game out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on another Jump Inside Unleashed video. Goodbye.